It's a beautiful day. Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Our Town, Queensland. Thanks for joining us. It's all about Gladstone this afternoon, a city of 63,000 people who enjoy an enviable lifestyle within a strong and dynamic economy. Located right in the heart of the southern Great Barrier Reef and a gateway to many beautiful islands, Gladstone truly is a region of choice, offering a great place to live, work, play and invest. Our first story today is about a company who has a vision that will play a big part in many people's lives moving forward. It's a company that is helping secure Australia's energy future. Gladstone hosts some of Queensland's most important industries, and it's also home to what might be one of the state's most vital future industries. An Australian-based company is seeking to address looming shortfalls of conventional transport fuel through the sustainable development of one of Queensland's richest and ideally located resources.
Brisbane-based QER, or Queensland Energy Resources, has tenements over Australia's largest oil shale deposits, a resource well suited for producing heavy transport fuels such as diesel and aviation fuel. QER has a facility in Gladstone which has demonstrated sustainable production of high-quality transport fuels from Queensland's rich oil shale deposits, with the company now progressing development of plans for Australia's first commercial oil shale operations.
Australia used to be self-sufficient in producing the transport fuel that is integral for delivering our goods, connecting our communities, bringing in tourists and running our mines and farms. Today, a majority of our fuels come in from overseas.
In the last 10 years, QER has invested over $1 billion in research and development to demonstrate to the community a sustainable process that produces high-quality fuel right here in Gladstone.
Australia's transport fuel production will continue to decline over the next 10 years. In fact, we already import most of our oil, and into the future we're going to need transport fuel to keep the country running. So that gap is a big problem for Australia. We think that the resource that we have here is a big resource, and we feel it's going to be an important part of the solution into the future.
The process to extract oil has been known for a long time. However, the challenge is in using the right technology to process the rock in a quiet, clean and sustainable facility. In 2013, the company designed and built such a plant at Gladstone. The project was the first end-to-end facility in the world to produce retail quality fuel from oil shale. The process involves simple open-cut mining at QER's nearby mining operation, with the company running successful trials to demonstrate the use of a surface miner. The organic rich rock is then dried and crushed and fed into a processing plant called a retort, where it is heated to 500 degrees. After extensive testing on Queensland ore, QER selected and then refined a fully contained process technology called the Paraho, because it is quiet, clean, reliable and stable.
QER constructed the facility to demonstrate the safe operation of the Paraho technology and establish environmental credibility with government and community stakeholders. It was also used to maximise technical development, enhance overall expertise and to help further understand the properties of its fuel products to ensure all relevant fuel standards are met.
QER ran trials at the demonstration plant for 2.5 years, producing ultra-low sulphur diesel and aviation fuel, which was subjected to a series of road trials and engine tests which met and exceeded Australian retail fuel standards.
It's a very simple, reliable, clean process. In fact, we had the Department of Environment and Heritage Protection of Queensland here. They did a very thorough review of the process and found that it met and bettered all its strict environmental licence requirements.
QER has worked hard to win the support of the local Gladstone community, and has welcomed locals and other visitors to its Visitors Centre, which is open 7 days a week. The centre helps visitors find out more about the resource, the process, QER's future plans, and the importance of the resource to Queensland's fuel future. QER is currently working towards the next phase of development, which will involve a commercial facility built on the same site next to the demonstration plant. The proposed project could supply 1.3 million litres of ultra-low sulphur diesel per day for shipment by road to the Queensland market. The billion-dollar project would create around 500 jobs in construction and 200 in operation.
QER's successful demonstration of the technology for processing oil shale has helped lay down a solid future for the resource. The company is working with the state government to finalise the policy framework for the assessment of the project. This is great news for the industry, and looking ahead, Queensland's oil shale resources have the ability to support Queensland's heavy transport sector for decades to come, providing significant benefits for Queensland and Australia.
It's a beautiful day.
It was back in 1973 when the Gladstone Area Water Board was established to basically help the two local authorities at the time who required assistance in upgrading the local water supply system as a result of continued large-scale industrial growth. In 2000, Gorb commenced operations as a Category 1 commercialised water authority, and now over 4 decades since the company started operating in the region, they continue to ensure that the short and long-term water needs of current and future customers are met in ways that are environmentally, socially and commercially sustainable.
Gorb owns and operates Awonga Dam on the Boyne River, along with a network of delivery pipelines, water treatment plants and other bulk water distribution infrastructure in Gladstone. About 80% of the water supplied by Gorb from Awonga Dam is supplied to customers who collectively have made the region an economic powerhouse for both the state and national economy. This heavy focus upon commercial use as distinct to municipal use makes Gorb different to any other water supplier in Australia.
As well as being a popular recreation and fishing facility, Awonga Dam holds Queensland's 4th largest water storage, with full capacity being 770,000 megalitres, which is 1.4 times the amount of water of Sydney Harbour alone, and enough water to supply Gladstone for 10 years.
The dam reached its highest level during Cyclone Oswald in 2013, with water levels reaching 48.3 metres, representing almost the same amount of water flowing over the spillway as was being stored behind it. Lake Awonga and the surrounding land provide habitat for a wondrous array of plants, animals and birds, with the lake arguably one of the most important near-coast bird refuges on the east coast of Australia, with over 220 species. The Gladstone Area Water Board has a comprehensive catchment management program and also carries out vegetation re-establishment programs in order to replace remnant endangered regional ecosystems impacted by the lake.
You can fish for barramundi all year round at Awonga Dam, and it's also one of the most popular skiing, sailing, canoeing and swimming spots in the area. And if you want to test out your fitness levels, there are 2 great walking trails through some beautiful country.
In order to keep Lake Awonga stocked with barramundi, Gorb operates a modern fish hatchery solely for the purpose of supplying fingerlings to the lake. Over 4 million barramundi, 530,000 sea mullet and 70,000 mangrove jack fingerlings have been released into Lake Awonga, with the largest barramundi caught weighing in at 36.56 kilograms. The aim of the project is to return fish species to the Boyne River, which have been displaced by construction of the dam wall, to provide a high-quality recreational fishery in the Gladstone region and to encourage recreational use of the lake.
This is one of two Gorb treatment plants in Gladstone. And this plant here has undergone a number of upgrades over the years and now has an overall capacity of 57 megalitres per day, which is the equivalent volume to 23 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
At Gorb, our focus is upon our customers and the community. Lake Wonga is a great natural resource and it makes us very happy when we see the community enjoying it. At the moment, you see fishing boats and you see a lot of people enjoying it every weekend. Our job is to provide a great water supply to town, which has a lot of industry in it, and the community. That provides us with challenges from time to time, but we always seek to rise to those challenges.
Gorb's customer base consists of some major industries in Gladstone, which includes QAL, one of the largest alumina refineries in the world, Rio Tinto Alcan, the largest world-scale alumina refinery to be constructed in Australia, and Gladstone Ports Corporation, Queensland's largest multi-commodity port. The Gladstone region has sufficient water for the next few years. However, Gorb has pursued the development of a second source of water to secure a reliable, long-term water supply for the region, as it recognises the essential role that water security provides to its customers and the community. Gorb maintains the capability to commence construction of the Gladstone Fitzroy pipeline, should low water levels in Lake Wonga or increased demand trigger the need for augmentation.
The role that the Gladstone Area Water Board plays in the growth of Gladstone and the surrounding region cannot be underestimated. The company will continue to plan for the needs and development of the region in building and maintaining the infrastructure required in a sustainable manner, whilst minimising the impact of its operations on the environment, and will continue to have a major say in the growth of Gladstone in the years to come.
It's a beautiful day.
Gladstone is well and truly recognised as a world leader when it comes to large-scale industrial development and infrastructure, with the state government accommodating long-term investment and growth for large-scale industry in the port city. One of the stories which has been recognised as a real game changer for Queensland is of environmental and economic significance, and it sits right here in Gladstone's backyard.
Opened in March 2014 via a $65 million greenfields investment between Southern Oil and JJ Richards & Sons, the Northern Oil Refinery at Yarwun is the first and only facility in Queensland that recycles waste lube oil back into a base oil for reuse. The refinery is the most advanced of its kind in the world and is a cradle-to-cradle treatment of oil to ensure it is kept in productive use, delivering improved oil security and at the same time lowering greenhouse gas emissions. This type of treatment is based around a sustainability model with its main goal to limit the need to drill for new oil and benefit the environment.
The great story behind the Northern Oil Refinery is that producers from garages where cars are serviced, small and large-scale mining operations, on farms and in big industry now have an environmentally responsible alternative for managing their waste oil, and at no additional cost to them.
The waste oil is collected from a customer's site, for example a mine, and transported to an aggregation facility where it undergoes primary treatment before being taken in bulk to the Gladstone re-refinery. The Gladstone facility recovers and purifies the oil, and unlike other oil recyclers, the Northern Oil Refinery re-refines every litre of waste oil it receives.
Queensland imports more lubricating oil than any other state in Australia and therefore generates more waste oil than any other state in Australia. So before we came along, there was a screaming need for a plant like ours because all of that waste oil that was being generated was either being burned in the state or it was being exported to be burned somewhere else. And as soon as you burn waste oil, all that carbon dioxide is released. So a plant like ours prevents at least 400,000 tonnes of carbon dioxide being emitted into the air each and every year. So we're pretty proud of that achievement.
The refinery can handle 100 million litres of waste oil a year, which means all of Queensland's annual waste lubricating oil can be processed through Gladstone, underwriting an investment in a new industry as well as providing local employment.
Lubricating oil doesn't wear out, it just gets dirty, and the additives in the oil lose their effectiveness over time. The process at Northern Oil Refinery re-refines this waste lube oil, removing contaminants and restoring the oil back to its original condition so it can be used again and again as lube oil, its highest, best and most environmentally responsible use.
The contaminants, such as dirt, water, fuel and used additives, are removed through vacuum distillation. The oil is then treated further to remove any remaining chemicals to provide consistent oil quality to international standards.
Lubrication oil is essential to so much of everyday life. It's in your cars, it's in your planes, it's in your trucks and your buses. It's what keeps our mines equipment running and our farm equipment running. It literally lubricates the wheels of industry and commerce.
Southern Oil is a private, 100% Australian-owned company and has been re-refining waste lube oil at its Wagga Wagga, New South Wales refinery since 2001. The company's re-refining alternative to burning oil is a big step in reducing greenhouse gas emissions. To put it in perspective, if all of Australia's waste lube oil was re-refined, greenhouse emissions would be reduced by approximately 1 million tonnes per year.
Further recognition of this groundbreaking technology was with Northern Oil Refinery winning the Queensland Premier's Award for Innovation in Sustainable Technology. And this type of acknowledgement is just reward for Southern Oil and JJ Richardson Sons' investment in a new manufacturing industry, as well as an investment in regional Australia and a better environmental future.
It's a beautiful day.
We're just under half an hour out of Gladstone in a place well known as one of the best fishing spots in Australia. For the past 20 years, over 3 days in June, the nearby towns of Boyne Island and Tannum Sands host Australia's premier family fishing competition, an event aimed at bringing friends and family together for a weekend of fun and action. This is home to the Boyne Tannum Hookup.
The fishing here at Boyne Island, Tannum Sands and the Gladstone Region is just unbelievable, with plus 1 metre barra, plenty of Spanish mackerel, myriad of species offshore like big red emperor, coral trout. At the moment we've got plenty of Jew wandering through the region. It's just fantastic. The first idea came from the Boyne, Tannum and Bunarabi Chamber of Commerce. We wanted some event of our own to call our own here at that Boyne Island Tannum Sands, and we formed a group out of that back in 1993, 94. From then on, the first one was 95 and away we went.
Well, from day one, it started out as a semi-trailer with a bunch of fellas that decided that they wanted to do something for the Boyne Tannum community, and would have had a couple of hundred people. We were all locals mainly. People didn't even know about it really to travel, and we came on down here and caught a few fish, weighed them in, shared a few stories, and that's where it all started.
Most of the people that come to the event are actually from the local region because they know the area, they reckon they can catch the biggest fish, and it's not about how many fish you can catch, it's actually about the biggest one. But there's a lot of people now fly in from all over the state, all over the country, and we've had people from all over New Zealand as well, so it stretches far and wide. But mostly it's the locals that it appeals to so much.
The Boyne Tannum Hookup is all about the community. Some families dirt bike ride, BMX ride. This is all about fishing with your family. Whether it's from a boat or from a shoreline, it's all about getting the community involved.
And as well as bringing thousands of competitors and supporters to the region every year, the hookup also provides a big boost to the local economy.
The prize money that we started off with was around about $15,000. We were very, very proud of it back in 1995. And it's all progressed from there. It's up around the $300,000 in total prizes, possibly even more than that. So it's quite extraordinary, the growth that it's been over the last 20 odd years. I think the success of the hookup is because of the fact that we're bringing so many people together, and because you have to be here on the day to win any of the prizes. It just generates so many people here. You know, we've got 4,000 people entering this event, and that in itself generates possibly 8,000 to 10,000 people turning up here at Bray Park every night of the event, you know, and that in itself is quite spectacular, and all the whole community groups, they all make money out of it, and we get a big kick out of it as well. The event itself brings to Gladstone not only a whole heap of commerce, because there's nothing like fishing to generate commerce within the region, and as was generated from the Boyne Town and Arabic Chamber of Commerce, we want to promote our local businesses and that sort of thing. But it generates a lot of pride in where we are. It shows off our lifestyle. It showcases the fishing that we've got available here. It brings people together, you know, and there's a whole myriad of things of what makes it so good. But most of all, as a committee, we all get a big kick out of seeing everybody enjoy themselves and go home telling all sorts of stories about the biggest fish they caught and the one that got away. And there's those sort of things that add to the colour of the event. It's just incredible.
Great fishing, a strong industry base, and plenty going on here in Gladstone, as you can see. So make sure you get up this way soon, as it's certainly well worth the visit. Well, thanks for tuning in to Our Town Queensland this afternoon. We really hope you're enjoying the series so far. And don't forget to check out our Facebook page, where we'll have all the stories from the places we've been this series, plus a heap of photos for you to check out. Well, that's it for us this week. We hope you can join us again next time, where we'll see you somewhere in Queensland.
It's a beautiful day.